Welcome everyone. I'm Gauri Gadkari, the lead maintainer on the Android project. I have Ren with me, who is an amazing maintainer on the Android project. Cecilia has been an amazing project manager. She created so many issues and segregated the wireframes that Ren had created into issues, and that was amazing. Thank you, Cecilia, and thank you, Wui, for your leadership and kickstarting this initiative. I think everyone is learning a lot, and it's been a fun experience. So thanks. Um, let's take a look at what we're going to talk about today. So we are going to do a quick review of the MVP. Then it's going to walk us through what we had originally planned for the MVP. We'll see where we are at with a quick demo and with a quick code run through. Then we will look at what is left for the MVP. We will revisit some of the processes and we'll celebrate all of your amazing contributors and discuss how we will continue staying in touch. So, Ren?
Hey, so if you go to the next slide, I'll start real quick on what we were hoping to get done for this MVP. One of the first things we wanted to accomplish with this was to have a add flow process, which is using the list screen, which many of you, if you're a contributor, have seen before. We kind of have like a model set up right now in the code. We wanted an add entry screen that pops up, and when you click the date button, it should take you to a date time picker and should update with the date after you pick it. And then when you want to, and then it should return you ideally back to the add entry screen. Then when you go hit a time, it should take you to a time picker. And then, as you can imagine, you select a time and then it'll return you to the edit entry screen again with that updated time. So with this, we're kind of in pretty good process for it. I think we're like, I would say like 3 out of 5 tasks done with it, but I don't want to be too hopeful with that. And then if you go to the next slide, we have an edit detail flow. So for this process, we're taking our main screen and the user taps on a task, and the detail view is opened for that task. And so if a user clicks this cancel button over here, it's going to pop up with an alert dialog. I actually spoke with someone here today about that. And we're on good timing for this. And it's not going to be, it doesn't have to be like a beautiful box like this. It could be a rounded box because we're versatile. So if we go to the next slide, we have a detail flow, a delete flow. So for this one, user taps on a task again. The detail view opens up. You hit that trash can or something similar to it, and then it pulls up like an "Are you sure?" kind of entry button, and and then you some variation of OK or cancel should exist and should return you back, ideally to which screen again? It should return you back to the main screen. Look at that. So those were our goals for the MVP. Ideally, we wanted to make sure that these main parts of it were sorted out before we make other fun features. Was there anything else, Gary? I think that was it for our detail flow. If we go to the next slide.
I think next we are just going to take a look at the demo, which is not loading here, so I'll just play it from locally. So here, as you see, the first slide, let me just play it. So when you click on the launch, on the icon and launch it, you are first shown the list screen, task list screen, and right now we just have all the hard-coded values here. And when you tap on the settings icon, you see there's a settings screen created. Thank you, Sepideh, for creating that and creating beginner-friendly issues for this. One of them being the version which was added. And on the add flow, you see that the date and today I worked on and start and end time fields are populated. And right now, we are not able to, in a spot, we are not able to like click on done and save anything because, yeah, so just pause that because it's running at a different speed. So yeah, because we are still implementing Room. So once we have that, we should be able to click on done. When you click on cancel, because I added demo, like if you click on cancel with any unsaved data, you get this pop-up that Ren showed us earlier in that wireframes. And if you click on cancel, you'll be taken to the same screen. And if you click on OK, you'll be taken back to the task list screen. That was the demo, and now I'll just share my Android Studio and
Yeah, we can walk through like a little bit of the code. I think maybe like task list screen or what else would we want to talk about? Is that our list screen? All right, cool. So about list screen, you can see here that we're receiving tasks from the task list view model, and it holds all tasks in an all tasks like state variable. For our layout, we used like scaffolding with that list screen top app bar, and we have content, which is our task list. Then task list uses like a lazy comment column for efficient scrolling, and for our display, you're going to have a header. Each task is going to be displayed using a task card. And then there's, of course, like I really like the composable preview part of this. That's real fun. What other fun facts can I have for you? Do you want to open up like a task card side of it? Yeah, like our item view. So we're using, a task like object class, and it contains information about it. You have for our layout. Is this the same one that I'm looking at? Yeah. We have, task card. So inside the card, you have like row arranges, two of the text components horizontally. You have your first text, TEXT. I'm sorry, I'm from like the East Coast, so text and test hard. I like change ask into ax all the time. So for our text screen, you show the tasks, activity name. It's taking up like one weight for equal space, and we're aligned to the right end using a text align. And for customization, we're using like a small body, and you're using the color white. So whoa, big stuff. I know that we're going to build this out a little bit more for sure. What else should we talk about? Yes, there's our detailed screen. You can see here we modified a bunch of things. Thanks to Lubov here, we did a lot of like fix-ups with, let's see, she added vertical scroll, the wrap content size. Let's see, our icon button. Are we able to run this just from where it is to show that like what was done here actually does actually do its thing? You have unsaved data. Are you sure you want to close?
yeah, I think we saw that in the demo. For some reason, this screen has not been loading for me on the preview. I'm not sure why, but it's just the screen. But we were able to see that in the demo. I can.
Yeah, that was there. I know it was there.
Yeah, I can try and bring us to that screen. Yeah.
There we go. It's okay. I've been having plenty of issues getting my previews to work. No doubt. No doubt. So yeah, then you have, she added a message button, string resource. If you have unsaved data, are you sure you want to close? She ended that one with another button row. and other text fields. We love color gradation, don't we? We love colors. Now we have a bunch of them. Was there anything else that we should talk about? Trying to think back. The task card. Any preview function indicates like what we have so far with sample data. I don't mean to throw around fireworks. It just kind of does that. So yes, here we are with our main screen with some sample data. I love sample data for a demo. I think it makes for a more fun demo. Here's stuff that I was doing the other week. And yes, I'm sure we're going to edit this with more updated stuff as we go along. Perhaps a new feature update will be needed for it. Was there anything else that we could talk about? Our task screen separated by activity, date, start, and end the duration. I think that would be that.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
We can go back to the slides. We just wanted to revisit some of the processes, and because we have been doing this for almost a month, and we would continue doing it for the next month, where we're targeting to hit the MVP before our next monthly sync up. So to be more efficient, let's try to work on one issue at a time, so that you are not like blocking multiple issues, and you're just focused on a single issue, and you churn out code faster, and multiple people can work on multiple issues at a time and contribute. And let's try to have atomic PRs, so one PR for one issue, and stay true to the issue. If anything else is needed, please create a separate issue and a separate PR for that. If you think that whatever issue that you have picked is pretty big and might need more PRs, and we can potentially split the issue, start that discussion in the channel with us, Ren, Sepideh, and I, and we'll be more than happy to figure out a better way to split the issue and work on it, so we don't have big PRs. And yeah, and continue on the same fact, like keep discussing issues in the channel. Try not to have a lot of one-on-one conversations. So like unless it's like very specific, because it may happen whatever issues you are running into, other people might also have. So it would be great for others to learn from your issues, or for you to learn from others issues, if everyone has that visibility. So it would be amazing if we could have those discussions in the channel, and it would also keep everyone motivated as well. Oh, like so many people are working on this, let me get on it as well, right? So the next thing is to show some progress on the issue that you have picked up. This is something that we had discussed in the first kickoff meeting as well, when Cecilia was talking about the timelines and the flow of open source process that we are following. Is that within 3 days, we want you to either create a draft PR, or if you're blocked by a question, ask us that question in the channel within 3 days, so that we know that you are working on it and you are trying to make progress on it. If not, then we will have to remove your claim from that issue and open it up to others, so that others can work on it, because we understand this is life happens and you may not be able to work on something occasionally, so we would want others to get that opportunity. And other thing is that we want you to start looking at other PRs as well. I think it's a great way to learn how to write code, how to write good efficient code, and also it could potentially like avoid major merge conflicts down the road if you and someone else is working on very similar things in a single screen. You can take a look at their PR and understand, oh, looks like these changes are going to go in probably before mine. So how can I incorporate my changes in such a way that we have lesser merge conflicts, and also you'll be able to learn if this is something a screen that you have not worked on. It would be a good way to learn that code and understand what others are doing, and just be part of it. Yeah. In Moving on to the next one. Yeah, we wanted to celebrate our contributors. We have had more than 20 PRs merged for Android group project, and that's amazing. Thank you so much for contributing. And these are some of our contributors: Cindy, Sue, Joshna, Reka, Shraddha, Lubina, and Kesnia. Thank you so much for contributing. Please keep contributing. And others who have not yet contributed, please start contributing. Start small, simple. Um, it can either be a documentation issue, a bug, a beginner issue from the settings screen that Sepideh created, or an issue that is helping us build the MVP. So yeah, get your hands dirty and keep contributing. Thank you so much. Thanks. And we want to celebrate Sepideh because Sepideh started as a contributor, and she expressed interest on doing more. Like she had the initiative to start a setting screen for beginner friendly issues. So thank you, Sepideh, for doing that. Then we added her as a reviewer because of her amazing experience and willingness to help us out. And we want to welcome her as an official maintainer to the Android group project. Congratulations, Sepideh, and thank you so much for all your help. Now I'm going to hand it over to Sepideh. She's going to talk about what's next for us.
Thank you for having me. So it looked like Sue put up the a PR for getting the room database into the app, and it seemed like we were blocked by our lack of a database. And so hopefully we can start making things real instead of just random strings that we pull out of our view model when that goes into place. I wanted to talk about the data class a little bit. Right now it has an ID, an activity name, a date, a start time, an end time, and a duration. And I didn't know if we want all those things in our database or if we could figure out duration by subtracting start time from end time and figure it out that way. So I wasn't exactly sure how we wanted to approach that. Do we want everything in there or not? I think we could go either way on that. And the rows on the main screen, those should be clickable. So we should be able to pull up the details screen and load our data from the database. And that's going to be a big piece of functionality that I thought was missing at this point. And as we get bigger and bigger, we're going to start noticing edge cases that we did not anticipate. So on that main screen where we have those text rows, if somebody puts in a very long text that just grows and grows, do we want it to be able to grow like that? How big do we want it to grow? Do we want it to take up the whole screen? Do we want to allow it 2 or 3 lines and then have ellipses at the end? These are the types of things I've been thinking about and that we're going to just update as we go along. If you wanted to get involved and haven't had a chance, pick up any of those settings screen tickets. They shouldn't be too hard, and if you get stuck on them, just ask me questions. Some people have been a little scared of putting their PRs up for review because I don't know, they fear the comments, but with the comments, we're just trying to make the app better and just show you other features you might not know about. So somebody asked me about those rows on the main screen, and I thought we had a great conversation about when to use a spacer or why not, why we wouldn't use a spacer. I thought that was a really valuable conversation. Okay, so people are learning from the comments. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sepideh. And yeah, I think we should like you mentioned, take them as a like comments as a learning experience. Everyone here is here to try and make themselves better, and even I've been learning a lot from these comments as well, just looking at everything, because even I'm fairly new to compose. So uh, let's have that positive mindset and let us know if we can do better in any way. Passing the ball to Ren.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? So let me just double check that. All right, yeah. So our next status update event is going to be on March 26, 2024. I hope y'all can make it. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so it'll still be light outside, I hope, for anyone on the East Coast. But for those of y'all, that's 3 hours earlier than where we met today. And we're going to talk more about accomplishments. We're going to do our app demo, and we're going to talk about how close we are to our MVP and what features we want to see. It's going to be exciting stuff. And we're going to celebrate you. We're going to celebrate all of you. Medals for everyone. Hypothetical medals. Was there anything else besides that for next month's meeting? I know that we also have some stuff to talk about for staying in touch. Yes. So for staying in touch, we have please come follow us on all the things, like on GitHub, because that's how you get involved with this Days of Code challenge and also for our project. Definitely join us on Slack, because that's where we're talking most of the time, and that's where we try to innovate you guys with new open issues to check out, among other things. And yeah, there's the open source and personal projects channel where we're constantly updating stuff. That's where a majority of the conversation happens in tandem with GitHub stuff. So would be great to see you on there if you're not already on there. We miss you if you're not. Yeah. Is that it? Is that our show? I wish I could do a Cartman voice. I can't.
All right, so we have some time for questions. If Rika or Lubov, if you have any, thanks for coming to attend our SAS event, and I want to give a big thanks to Gauri and Ren and Sepideh for maintaining the Android project. I want to mention that this is a pretty big deal because the mobile track has done a lot of different things, speaker talks, study groups, and coding workshops, things like that, but we've never done an open source group project before. So they've all been involved in creating something brand new that the mobile community has never done before, and got, as you see from the contributor slide, so much participation. And this is probably one of the most interactive and engaging initiatives that the WWCode Mobile community has ever done. So please, make sure to thank the maintainers for all their hard work for giving the community this opportunity. Yeah, all the celebrations, yes. Lubov has a question. What is a good resource for learning about MVP and structure of modern Android app?
So by MVP, do you mean model view presenter or minimum viable product?
Yeah, because we're using MVP as minimum viable product in this case. But yes, I did hear about the model view presenter also.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, for minimum viable product, yeah, I mean, I don't know any offhand. Usually you hear about that within the context of startups, because the idea is if you're a startup and you're not sure if your idea is going to be successful or not, you test it out by building a minimum viable product. So you build like a bare bones product just to get your customers to start testing it and giving you feedback. And so that is the idea behind the MVP. So look up things about startups and MVP and get more information about that. For our purposes, the reason why we decided to go with an MVP is because it's, as I mentioned before, this is the first time the mobile community has ever done an open source group project before. And so it's very easy to, I guess, get bogged down in like a very big app idea, right? And there's a very real danger if you do too much at once, then then you can burn out the maintainers and the people running the project. So we want to just try this out, and this was an experiment just to see what a group project might look like and how it might work for this community. And so that was our reason for doing an MVP. And also by shooting for an MVP for something small, then it makes the goal of creating the app more realistic, and it also makes it more, I guess, validating when you can see yourself getting to the finish line, and and I think we can definitely get there. So Enrique says, thank you for creating this opportunity, all of you. Great. Enrique, you had a specific question about the list screen. What would that be? So, give you a chance to type it out if you like. I do want to mention that for the March status event, we should actually really call it a wrap-up event, because we hope to have the MVP delivered by then. And just so you all know, we're planning to take a break from the group projects after that for a couple months, just to, give everyone a break, and so people don't get burnt out. And we may have like a phase 2 for the group projects later in the year, depending on the interest of the community and the volunteers' schedule and bandwidth. So just so you're all aware, let's keep putting in those contributions and make sure we deliver the MVP by the end of next month, because who knows when we'll have the opportunity to continue this. We have plans to publish the app. I don't think so, but yeah, but maybe that's app publishing might be something that we can cover in a future talk or something for the mobile track. Rika says, question about the placement of the subtitle, your activity, within the lazy column.
Yeah, so is that a subtitle? Should that have been a subtitle? I wasn't sure. I like that the timer as a title on that screen is a little bit strange. But I thought that your activity was better associated with all the activities, and so by putting it in the list, it scrolls with everything else when they scroll.
See. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So does that answer your question, I hope? Right.
If we want it to be non-scrollable, then we can probably remove it from the list. But then it's a question of how we want our UI to look like. So.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions about it, the project itself, because I saw a few screenshots and I wasn't quite sure what things were supposed to do.
Yeah, because I mean, Ren did a lot of the wireframing. I helped here and there, but most of it was Ren, and neither of us are designers, so we just tried to have some designs. But yeah, I think having like a working like with animations and stuff and scroll behavior, I don't think we went to a point where we thought of all that, because yeah, that's just.
Are you asking me to be good at, what was it again? Figma? Do you want me to make something on Figma right now? I'm happy to. I'll actually, I had a really good time wireframing, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a fun time. But if you have any stylistic choices, definitely like hit me up. I'm happy to entertain them and to try to get better at it, because this was like my first gander at doing it for an open source group.
Not at all. No, Ren, like that's what I'm saying, that this is not like either of us's primary skill. So I'm just amazed at what we came up with. So of course there will be some gaps that we did not think of, but we can work together to figure those out.
So Ren, did you have an intent? Did you mean for your activity to be a subtitle in the header, or not, or just didn't really think of
it? Could be whatever's programmatically easier for you, girl. I just saw what I was looking at different app examples, and I was like, it could be like this. Is it easier like this? Possibly, but if there's an easier way, like, let me know. And I'll we're quite deep in, to the point where I don't know if it's worth it to edit the current wireframe. But if you want to if you want me to make the wireframe more aligned with where we're going towards, like rounding boxes, yeah, absolutely happy to fix stuff. But I had no intention of whether it should be a subtitle or a title. It wasn't even in my mind. I just wanted to exist there in a space. That answers your question.
Yeah, I don't think it's anyone's expectation when for you to go back and edit things, because this UI is iteratively changing, and this is not like a industry work project that we want to make sure that Figma or whatever.
You're not sending this to the. You're telling me we're not taking this to like Sequoia Capital, and we're not making them ask
Oh
us for
man.
$1 billion. What have
So-
I been
Well,
preparing
that's
for?
not right away. So
No,
So-
you did a really great job, Ren, on the wireframes, and like Gauri is saying, these were meant to be low fidelity wireframes, just to kind of give the contributors an idea of what the app is supposed to do and what the app flows are supposed to be, and they're not meant to be pixel perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and we're not expecting the contributors to make them pixel perfect either. So you did fine. And for me, my goal for us is to to deliver MVP. If we do a little bit extra on top of that, add a little bit extra polish, whatever, that's great. Take care of all the edge cases, that's great, but that would be a bonus for me. Just implementing the main MVP is what I would hope that we can deliver by end of March. So that's so we can have the satisfaction of being able to say, we
Right.
completed this.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Cool. Well, any other questions? I think this was a really great status event. Thank you again, Gauri, Sepideh, Ren, for a great presentation, and getting the whole community up to speed with what we've accomplished. We've all done so much together, and I'm just so proud of our community.
yeah,
And
and I just wanted to mention that, like, not other than questions, also we would love to hear any comments or feedback, because like we mentioned, this is the first time we're doing something like this, so there can obviously be room for improvement from our side as well. So let us know how we can make this like a better process, or anything that we can do to help you out. Let us know how we can do that.
Yeah, post in the open source channel. Any questions you have, anything you'd like to discuss, and please do share in the channel so we can all be a part of that discussion to make this better for the last month, and if we end up doing this again later on. Oh, that's awesome, Bob. I'm so glad this was your first time doing open source, and so happy that we could be a part of that journey for you. That's amazing. And Rika's first time too, yay. You have a lot of first time open source contributors.
And they're both our top contributors, so that's awesome.
Yeah, amazing. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, thank you again, everyone, for attending and contributing to the project. And I'm super excited for the last month.
Almost home free. Almost at the stretch.
We're there. We're almost there. So close. We can do it. We can do it, team. Awesome. All right.
Thank you all. See you on the Slack. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, folks. Thank you for coming.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.